Hi guys, welcome to another installment of the Frugal Railroader brought to you by Peter CP Rail 8748. In this video we're continuing the topic of planning now that we have all our resources together and figure out which railroad we want to model, whether it's your own custom railroad or one of the existing ones or ones that are no longer running or fallen flags. Whether you want to do a prototypical layout, a semi-prototypical layout, or something freelanced and imagined. Now it comes down to the actual planning of your railroad. Believe it or not, my railroad, before I bought any piece of track or even started constructing the layout, I actually took about a year to a year and a half planning the railroad, mainly because of the lack of funds. So I definitely didn't want to rush into my layout like I did with my first two when I was younger, spending money needlessly, buying the wrong things, making mistakes. I just wanted to take my time, and that's the key. Take your time. So basically there's a couple of different types of railroads you can do. You can do shelf layouts, you can do small portable layouts, you can do entire around the room layouts. The number one key that I can give you guys when you're building your first layout or coming back to the hobby or even building a new layout after dismantling your old layout is make sure you're building a layout that will not only fall in your financial means but also your time allocated to the hobby. Number one reason why people get out of the hobby other than expense is that it just takes too long to get to the fun part of actually running the trains. Now, I'm not talking about having the railroad fully scenic, all your structures up, fully detailed, and running your trains. You can literally run your trains the minute you have all your track down. I actually recommend running your trains even before all your track is down to test all your electrical connections, test your turnouts and everything like that, and test your control system, whether it's DC or DCC. So again, keep it in your means. You don't want to build something too large where it's going to take you years to get to the actual running of the trains, and by that time you're probably going to lose interest. So once you decided, again, what type of railroad you want to do, you want to basically plan it. So what's the perfect size? What I suggest, especially if you're starting out in this hobby, if you're in M scale, my first couple of layouts were about 3 feet by 6 feet. This current layout behind me is 3 by 8. I would definitely not go any bigger than 3 by 10, 3 by 12, where it's a long table or an L shape or around the room shelf layout. In HO, the most popular starting size is a 4 by 8 foot piece of plywood. I would definitely stick to a layout that is smaller than a 12 by 12 foot room. Again, this will allow you to get all your track and get all your table or shelf material to get you going. Anything bigger than that, like I said, costs you a lot more money, a lot more time. Biggest expense in this hobby is actually your track. Now with the advent of DCC, yes, locomotives are becoming more expensive, rolling stock has becoming more expensive as well, but track is your number one expense. For my small layout here for a 3 by 8, my unit track with all my switches in my track, believe it or not, it costs me around $500. So if you're going to be doing a layout, let's say an HO scale 12 by 12, and it's going to be layouts filled with industries and switching in a large yard, you can probably easily spend a couple of $1,000s just on the track. Sorry guys, my cat's interrupting me here. So yeah, you can easily spend that much money on track. So basically plan something that you'll be able to enjoy and handle, especially when you're on a budget. Or if you want that large empire, start small, make it modular. Like you can build your entire benchwork or a section of your benchwork and build a little bit of your track plan at a time. Test your track plan, make sure it operates, run your trains on that. And then once you have the money to buy more track, definitely expand that way. It just depends on how much patience you have and how much you want to get done, how fast. So when we return to this video, we're going to look at one piece of software that I actually enjoy It's very easy to use once you get the hang of it. It is a little bit of a learning curve. I'm not going to actually do a full tutorial of how to use this program because they actually have a great blog on this program with a lot of tutorials and a lot of actually existing layout plans from other modelers that you can actually download and use or tinker with and make them your own. Now, unfortunately, due to a computer crash a few weeks ago, all my old layout files have been lost. So in the little tutorial I am going to show you on this video, I'm going to be using a different modeler's track plan from the actual website. The number two reasons that I like this program is, sorry, three reasons that I like this program is: number one, it's totally free, doesn't cost you a thing. Number two, it actually allows you to print inventory list or a parts list of your track plan. Print out a stock list of all the items and the quantity of the items you need, so you can actually figure out the total cost long run of what your track's going to cost you, what kind of your scenery is going to cost you roughly when it comes to trees, and what your building kits are roughly going to cost you. And the third thing that I love about this layout is you can actually print out your track plan one-to-one. So when we come back to this video, I will show you a little run through on this great program. This is the program, guys. It's pretty much like almost like a glorified paint program slash AutoCAD program, like mixed into two. So what you have here, you have a scale ruler on top, you have a scale ruler on the side, and then basically start drawing things in 2D. So I want to thank Nathan. I used his example he posted on the SCARM blog website to show you guys what you can do with this program. Like once again, I lost all my SCARM files a couple weeks ago to a computer issue. But here you can see you can do roads. There's the main track. You can do trees, mountain terrain. It's hard to kind of see, but you kind of draw it up. You can actually model trains and buildings. So the one thing that I mentioned to you, what I love about is 3D. So if you actually hit the 3D button on top, so as you can see, it's completely 3D rendered. So as I move this around, you have a 3D model of your layout, so you can actually picture how your layout is going to look. So as you can see, he modeled a train, buses, buildings. You can spin it around, you can do the different elevations, you have your tunnel portals, bridges. You can do many wonderful things with this product. So again, as you can see, very fantastic product, because you can actually see how your layout is going to turn out in the end when you plan it out in this program. So just to go back out of this, and again back to the 2D picture of it. So I was mentioning to you guys also that this program has your table of materials, or your material list. So you go to tools and you go into parts list in tools. So it's going to generate your track. So it's going to basically tell you what parts to use, and it'll actually tell you the manufacturer. This program, I believe, has every single track manufacturer under the moon, from Z scale all the way to G scale, I believe, maybe O scale. Look it up on the program site. You'll be able to get 100% answer on that. But it gives you the quantity on this side of what you using here, the quantity, what type of track piece you're using. So for example, he used 2 left hand number 6 turnouts, 3 right hands, road sections if you're going to buy road sections, other turnouts, different stuff like an Atlas bumper for your trains, buildings. They also have preloaded buildings and trees. So you can pretty much, once you get the totals, you can pretty much go to your favorite retail store, or your favorite website store, and you can basically
find out how much these pieces cost, and you can pretty much compile a total parts list money-wise to create a budget. And then finally, what this program does is, like I said, you can print out your layout into a one-on-one full replica track plan. Just make sure your printing settings are set at 100%, and when you're actually gonna do your your print preview, make sure it's at 100% 100% blow up. If it's anything else, you are gonna have a skewed track plan. So once you hit the 1-to-1, it gives you a little pop-up screen. If you wish to print your plan in full size at 1-to-1 scale, please read the following instructions so you can print those out. So basically it gives you a little section of how it's going to look. You can scroll down. You can start wherever you want, but if you keep on scrolling over, you can kind of see what is going to print. So the N scale track, this is an N scale layout. This is actually from the black line to the black line. These are the rail heads, and these are actual dead on 100% track. So when you're transposing this on your bench table, that's how it pretty much works. Sorry about the pop-up, guys. My HP care is coming up for some reason. So yeah, so basically that's it. And you can also actually, when you print this 1-to-1, when you go into settings, you can actually print this with your ties and roadbed or without your ties and roadbed as well. So this was just a quick look on using SCARM. Definitely, if you have the computer, if you have a computer and you have the capabilities of using a simple paint program. If you don't want to use this program, that's great. There's many paid programs out there as well for modeling railroads. Or if you want to go the old school way of just simply taking a a pencil and paper and draw out your plan freehand, you can definitely do that. A lot the old school way, and there's also if you want to copy somebody's track plan, you can always go to the internet. They have tons of layout plans, or you can subscribe to the online model railroad magazine as well, and they have all their track plans on there as well that you can download and copy. So I hope you guys found this video informative and helpful. Next month's video, we're going to look at how to actually save money on building your actual benchwork for your layout. So that's going to be coming out in July. And I will see you then. Thank you guys for all your subscriptions, comments, supports, likes. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please subscribe to me. If you have videos on your channel, I will subscribe back to you. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next month with the benchwork video. Take care. Just adding this little clip, I actually forgot to mention another great feature of this program as well. Once you're in 3D mode, you can actually print the snapshots of different angles of the layout. So for example, this angle, you just press the little camera button on the top left-hand corner, and it will actually snapshot that image in either, I believe it's JPEG or bitmap, and then you can pretty much print it out and use it as a visual reference when you're actually modeling your layouts. But you can see the 3D detail here, how he has the hills landscape, the buildings. Again, guys, you might think this is very hard to use. It's not at all. It's very simple. If you have any questions or more specific questions about SCARM, definitely feel free to leave it in the comments below. I will answer it to the best of my ability. But like I said, use their tutorial page and their blog page. Will be more than helpful for you guys to figure out this program. All right, guys? Thank you.